The story happened to me in the years when wooden entry-weight oars were not yet familiar even with code locks, let alone intercoms. I was home alone that April evening. My parents had gone to the country for a wedding. I was lying on the couch, reading a book, when suddenly the electricity was cut off in the house. More precisely, de-energized several houses and a kindergarten in our neighborhood. I saw it when I looked out the window. It got a little frightening, and I decided to get a flashlight out of the closet. But I couldn't turn it on, because the battery was dead. I poked around with matches and found a piece of white paraffin candle on the shelf next to it. The wax my mother sometimes used to wax the zippers on her jackets. But it was so small that it wouldn't last long. So I went back to my room and lay back on the couch, where I fell asleep unnoticed. And I woke up to someone piling on top of me with the words, exclaiming in a husky, smoky female voice, "Oh, mammy." The smell of fresh alcohol and tobacco hit my nose. I jumped up in fright, pushing someone away from me who in the pitch darkness was invisible. And this one, clumsily falling to the floor and shrieking, suddenly wailed hysterically, "Who are you?" And then I recognized the voice. It belonged to our neighbor Svetter. I took the matchbox on my desk and lit one of the matches. A drunken neighbor was sitting on the floor in front of me. During a constructive dialogue with her, we realized that she had confused the entrances, as she had mistakenly taken the third entrance and not the second. The woman was already almost insane from the alcohol, and the lights in the courtyard were not lit. And when I fell asleep, I left the front door unlocked, figuring that the light would soon be back on, and I would still read a book. That's why Svetter had managed to wander in, thinking she'd come home to me. In the dark, she didn't notice that it wasn't her apartment, even though it had the same layout. And, barely on her feet, she immediately rushed confidently to where her room was supposed to be. And, unsuspecting, she fell onto the bed. More precisely, on top of me, peacefully asleep. At the end of our conversation, she snored helplessly on the floor, and I again lay down on the couch. Already in the morning, I again had to tell the awake alcoholic how she ended up at my house, because she no longer remembered anything. She apologized for herself and left. And I laughed about the story here for a long time.